There is power in a story, and we all have a story. Our stories, if told, can inspire, encourage, and motivate. Hi, I am Rhonda, and welcome to the Book of Lives. Hi everyone, welcome to the Book of Lives. Today we're going to hear the story of a serial entrepreneur. Her name is AnTonia. AnTonia, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Good. So AnTonia, on the Book of Lives, we are all about stories. And stories have beginnings. Where does your journey to becoming an entrepreneur begin?
Yes, so let's go all the way back to 12 years old. And that was when I first started speaking out about issues in the community. And so my mother, she would take me to, community outreach programs. She would take me to a lot of volunteering work. And so I would just, get molded into it and become more, I guess, passionate about it. And so that's when I started speaking. And then fast forward a little bit later, around, let's say, this past year, last year, 2020, I started my first business, which is I'm Flossin Brand LLC. And it's basically a children's brand. And so out of that, I just started, creating businesses during the pandemic.
Nice. So I see that COVID didn't stop you, huh?
No.
So for those who are listening that may not know, what is a serial entrepreneur?
So a serial entrepreneur is one who owns multiple businesses. That's what it is.
So it's someone who owns multiple businesses.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you have undertaken many ventures. Okay. Yes. Many. The most recent is you created a board game. Tell me, how did the idea for a board game come about?
So honestly, I don't know. It just came into my head out of nowhere. And so, but I immediately knew why it needed to be created. And that is how the 3 lessons in my game came about, because I was homeless at a young age. And so I wasn't, we didn't have much, but the main thing we had was love. And so at an early age, I was taught self-love, how to give back, and the good things I can use my money for besides myself. And so that's how I based my game off of.
So go over those 3 values again. You were taught self-love. What's the second one?
How to give back.
How to give back.
The good things I can use my money for besides myself.
Awesome. Those are 3 good things for our young people today. I have to keep that in mind. So tell me a little bit about the game. What does it look like? How is it played? That sort of thing.
Put it up for you.
Good. Nice.
Yes. So accountability money box. The game that teaches children 3 major life lessons: how to count money, how to think positive about themselves, and how to do something nice for someone else. Those are the 3 major life lessons that this game teaches, and it's amazing. It really does. These lessons are what made me into who I am today.
So what was the development process like? How did that go?
So honestly, I started off with a small box from Michael's and some Dollar Tree supplies, and I started off a box that I, painted because I didn't have the money. And it was like, I was nervous, and I was afraid that, if I go through with actually making it professionally, it's not going to go well, or I'm just going to lose out on money. So that's how it started at first. And then, I sent my mom a picture of it. She said, no, you need to get this done professionally. Sometimes you have to step out on faith and get things done.
How many hours did it take? Can you tell me how many hours?
So it's about 3 months for everything. Yes. So,
did you test it out on any family member?
So a family member as well as play testers outside of family.
Okay. So if someone wanted your game for maybe a kid or a relative, how can they find it?
So I actually have my game live on Kickstarter right now. I'm raising $25,000 to get my game manufactured. And that includes the shipping, the taxes, and fees. So it is live on Kickstarter, and they can go on there and just type in my game name.
Tell me a little bit about the other ventures. You talked about a kids brand. Tell me about that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I'm Flossin. So that came about when I wrote my first children's book, I'm Flossin. And that is about 10 kids who talks about their flaws and insecurities, as well as how they learn to love and accept themselves for what they are, because regardless of their flaws, they are still awesome. And so from that, I said, why stop here? Let me make this into a whole brand. And that's what I did. And so out of this brand, I also created a children's book publishing company to help young people become authors. And so it's amazing. I've already had 2 clients already. They're on my Instagram page. So it's great to be able to, be a help to others and a blessing.
Mm-hmm. So what advice, you've done so much, what advice would you give to someone who wants to be an entrepreneur?
I'll say you have to have a passion for it. Entrepreneurship isn't for everyone, but of course, if you do have a passion to step into that field, go for it. You can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to take a risk, to lose out on money or anything of that nature. And then just research about customer service, research about all the things that you need for your business. Actually make it a legal, do all the legal structures and everything so that you can really say you own a business, because it's not easy. It's not a 1, 2, 3 step. It's a process. Yeah. So, just go for it.
What one thing or maybe 2 things that you can point to that has kept you and brought you thus far? What is your strength then? Like, what is your foundation and strength?
Number one, my mother, seeing how she fought for 6 kids, to raise us into great and amazing human beings. And another thing is just my faith in God. Sometimes, I believe, I'm a true believer. So this is my own personal opinion. Having faith will really, bring you through a lot. Having a fearless faith will really bring you through a lot. So that was another thing. You have to have faith with whatever you do. If you don't, you're just gonna fall down. So my mother and my faith in God.
Mm-hmm. Mothers play such a great part in society. I like what you said though, fearless faith. That is very powerful. AnTonia, thank you so much for stopping by to tell us a bit about what you're doing. Best wishes. And I hope all goes well with your game.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. For those of you who are watching, thank you so much. Until next time, stay inspired.